think about it in a logical way at first. She feels it before she understands it. And once that feeling begins, it becomes very hard to control. Female attraction does not follow strict rules, logic, or moral lines. It comes from instinct and impulse, from a place that does not pause to ask if something is right, allowed, or appropriate. That is why a woman can have a partner, children, comfort, and stability, and still feel emotional or physical tension toward another man. It is not a decision she carefully plans. It is a reaction that happens inside her body. And the moment when emotion starts to overpower reason is exactly where most men either fail completely or accidentally wake up desire without even knowing how it happened. Many men think attraction is created by talking too much, explaining themselves, proving their value, pushing harder, or trying to impress. Other men are so scared of rejection that they pull back fully, stay quiet, and slowly disappear from a woman's emotional world. The real secret is understanding how her inner world works and how desire can be activated without touching her, chasing her, or asking for permission or approval. Desire is not something you force. It is something you allow to rise by the way you show up. In this video, I am going to share 5 forbidden phrases that can awaken desire even in a woman who is already committed. These phrases do not speak to her logical thinking. They speak directly to her emotional instinct. They place you in the position of a man who does not need, but naturally creates curiosity and tension. At the end, I will also share a 6th phrase that goes deep into mental attraction and explain how to handle that power with intelligence, balance, and ethics. If this is your first time here, my name is Celia. I have spent many years helping men understand female psychology and build real connections based on attraction, self-control, and respect. On this channel, we do not focus on tricks or manipulation. We focus on mindset, presence, and behavior. Stay until the end because the final phrase does not only show how desire is triggered, but also how a man can stay emotionally steady when that desire appears. Most men try to understand women through logic, as if every choice a woman makes comes from careful thinking and calculation. But attraction does not start in the mind. It starts in the body, in emotion, and in instinct. It is not an intellectual process, it is biological. Attraction is shaped by chemistry, energy, tone of voice, posture, timing, and unconscious signals. That is why a woman may say she wants a calm, stable, polite man, yet still feel drawn to someone who challenges her slightly, confuses her just enough, or makes her feel something she cannot fully explain. Her attraction is born from movement and emotional intensity, from the feeling of being alive. It does not come from logical reasoning. This is why trying to explain your value or convince a woman almost never works. Her body reacts long before her mind understands why. She feels something first, and only later her mind tries to justify it with words and reasons. This leads to a question many men quietly ask but rarely face honestly. Why can a married or committed woman feel attraction toward another man? Before moving forward, this question must be answered truthfully because it gives meaning to everything that follows. There is a reality many men struggle to accept. A woman can feel attraction towards someone else, even while loving her partner. This is not about morality or weak character. It is about emotional stimulation. Love keeps a relationship stable, but it does not automatically keep desire alive. Desire needs contrast. When attraction becomes routine, predictable, or emotionally flat, The subconscious begins searching for something that wakes it up. When a man enters her world with a different energy, calm confidence, presence, humor, and mystery, something inside her responds. She may feel a mix of curiosity and danger that routine and stability no longer give her. This does not mean she wants to betray anyone. It means her biology is responding to contrast. The female brain links attraction to emotion and emotion to novelty. When a man is grounded, emotionally controlled, and does not seek her approval, that energy feels rare. It feels different, and that difference becomes magnetic. Attraction does not obey relationship labels or social rules. She may have a husband, but if she feels that emotional vibration with you, her mind becomes conflicted while her body reacts instantly. Attraction is not chosen, it is triggered. It appears when something in you awakens a feeling missing from her emotional world. Sometimes this happens through a look, a pause, a calm smile, or a confident tone. When you project controlled masculine energy, her body reads it as uncommon. In that moment, she stops seeing you as just another man and starts imagining without meaning to. This is not about ruining her life or creating chaos. It is about understanding that feminine desire does not disappear by decision, it shifts with emotional atmosphere. If you carry a presence she does not experience in her relationship, quiet strength, calm curiosity, emotional depth, desire naturally awakens. When a woman feels this, she often becomes confused. She may tell herself it is just friendliness or admiration, but under that explanation is a deeper instinct responding to being seen by a man who does not need her. That is the key. When a man does not try to take, impress, or secure a woman, his energy stops feeling invasive and starts feeling interesting. A mature man understands the difference between sparking attraction and crossing boundaries. He knows how to reflect what she longs for without trying to own it. His ability to stay calm and centered even when tension exists is what creates both desire and respect. This awareness brings power, but it also brings responsibility. The power to awaken emotions no one else reaches, and the responsibility to use that power with discipline and integrity. The real challenge is not creating attraction, but staying balanced when it appears. From this place of control comes the next key. A simple phrase that completely changes how a woman experiences you. When a man says, "I am not trying to convince you of anything, I just want to understand you," the emotional atmosphere shifts right away. Her defenses soften. Her body no longer reads you as someone who wants something from her. Instead, she feels a man who is present without pressure. This phrase removes one of the strongest defenses in a woman's mind. The belief that a man always wants approval, control, or an outcome. By not pushing, you give her emotional space, and that space creates connection. When you say you are not trying to convince her, you show independence. You show that her reaction does not define your worth. That freedom is deeply attractive. Desire grows in masculine calm, not in insistence or force. This phrase works because it mixes curiosity with emotional detachment. You are interested, but not dependent. You are present, but not demanding. To a woman, this feels like real respect. Picture a simple moment where she is sharing something personal. Most men would interrupt with advice, solutions, or opinions. You do not. You listen fully. When she finishes, you calmly say you just want to understand her. Her body relaxes. Her breathing slows. She feels safe. And emotional safety is one of the strongest foundations of attraction. Tone matters deeply. The words must be calm and sincere. When said correctly, they do not sound like a trick. They feel honest. They communicate strength without aggression and interest without need. She begins to trust. Her energy softens, and that softness is where desire naturally grows. This phrase does not appeal to logic. It speaks straight to emotion. It allows her to exist freely in your presence without fear of judgment. When a woman feels free with a man, attraction flows naturally. This is not about memorizing lines. It is about living the meaning behind them. If your posture is relaxed and your presence is grounded, your words carry weight. Invite her to speak. Allow silence to exist. Do not rush to respond. Attraction grows in quiet moments, patient listening, and emotional space. When this happens, the interaction stops being just a conversation. It becomes a connection that stays with her long after the moment ends. She may think about your calm voice, your steady eyes, and the way you made her feel heard. Those feelings linger, and that is where emotional attraction deepens. Comment so I can see where you are listening from. I truly read every single word because behind each comment, there is a real story, a real journey, and a man who is trying to grow. That is what gives purpose to this work and keeps this community strong and alive. If you feel comfortable, you can also share a personal experience or a lesson you learned along your own path. Your words may help someone else who is walking a similar road and looking for guidance. Every man has moments of doubt, confusion, and questions. Sharing your story reminds others that they are not alone. Growth happens when we learn from each other and stay open to new understanding. That is why this space matters. It is not just about learning psychology. It is about becoming a better man, more aware, more grounded, and more in control of your emotions. Remember, real attraction is not loud. It is quiet, steady, and natural. It comes from who you are, not what you say. The more you build inner strength and emotional balance, the more powerful your presence becomes. Women feel that energy without you having to explain it. Stay focused on your growth. Stay patient. And most of all, stay true to yourself. Here is your script rewritten clearly into separate paragraphs while keeping everything the same in meaning and length. Exactly what another man needs to hear today. With that in mind, let's return to the topic. Because the right words do more than lower emotional walls, they awaken desire. This next phrase is an emotional trigger hidden inside what sounds like a simple compliment. I like the way you think. I didn't expect that. What makes this powerful is not flattery. It is surprise. A woman's mind reacts instantly when a man notices something deeper than her appearance. You are not telling her she looks nice. You are telling her she is interesting. You are saying her perspective caught your attention. For a woman, that lands much deeper than most compliments because it makes her feel seen, understood, and emotionally valued. It makes her feel special and truly noticed in a way most men never reach. The real power of this phrase comes from contrast. Most men stay at a surface level. They comment on her looks, her smile, her body, or what she is wearing. Those compliments are common and expected. But when you say, I like the way you think, you take her somewhere deeper. You are not only seeing her as a woman, you are recognizing her mind, her energy, her point of view. You are showing interest in something that feels more personal and rare. And when you add, I didn't expect that, the effect becomes even stronger. You introduce mystery. You let her know she surprised you, that she broke an assumption you had in your head. That small moment creates curiosity. She starts wondering what exactly changed your perception. She wants to know what it was that caught your attention. We already know that attraction is created through emotion, not logic. This phrase works because it creates emotion instantly. It works like an emotional mirror. It reflects her intelligence without testing her or putting pressure on her. You are quietly telling her that her thoughts moved something inside you, that she connected with you in a meaningful way. When a woman realizes that her mind can affect a man, her ego wakes up, but so does her desire. She feels that she touched something in you without using her body or performing in any way. That feeling is powerful. Imagine you are having a normal conversation about a simple, everyday topic. She shares an honest opinion, maybe something unexpected or slightly different from yours. Instead of correcting her or trying to win the point, you slow down. You look at her with genuine interest. You pause for a moment and then say calmly, "I like the way you think. I didn't expect that." That pause matters. The relaxed tone matters even more. You are giving recognition without exaggeration. You are offering validation without chasing. You make her feel seen without placing her above you. That balance is where attraction begins to grow naturally. Women can sense immediately when a compliment is planned or used as a trick. But when it comes without urgency, without need, it feels real and powerful. She begins to wonder why she surprised you. She starts seeing herself through your eyes. Without realizing it, she develops a desire to keep creating that reaction in you. The conversation shifts from a logical exchange to an emotional connection. That is where something deeper starts to form. This phrase also communicates that you are selective. You are not impressed by everyone. You do not give this kind of recognition easily. You save it for someone who truly affects you. That detail matters more than the words themselves. It shows that you have standards. In a world where many men try too hard to please, you stand out by acknowledging without begging. That mix of interest and emotional independence creates tension. She feels your attention, but she cannot control you. When you use this phrase naturally without acting or forcing it, the interaction stays relaxed and real. You are not playing a role. You are expressing honest curiosity. That authenticity pulls her in because behind every word she feels calm, grounded, masculine energy. In simple terms, I like the way you think. I didn't expect that is not just a compliment. It is an invitation. It invites her to open up and share more of her inner world. And as she does, often without realizing it, you create the emotional space where attraction grows on its own. The next phrase is, "I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to get to know you." This sentence carries quiet power because most men enter conversations trying to impress, trying to prove their value, trying to win approval. When you say this, you completely change the dynamic. You show her that you are not competing and that you are not seeking validation. Suddenly the roles shift. You stop chasing her interest and she starts wondering how she fits into your world. This reversal creates instant attraction because it breaks the usual pattern where the man pursues and the woman judges. This phrase communicates emotional security. It